Hello and welcome to your 2024 live presidential race results selection discussion extravaganza and much more. Yes, you heard that correctly. All of those things. Yep. So I was trying to decide whether I should do an election coverage stream. I woke up late. I almost decided not to do it, but then I decided to do it, and now we're doing it. We're getting it done. So I know it's going to be a little late. People in Europe, they're asleep, but it's a U.S. election, so they don't really care. And so the people on the East Coast, it's going to be late. But those of you on the West Coast, where I live, it's not that late. So I figured I would just fire up the stream and cover the race. And so right now, let me go ahead, before I even give shout outs, let me go ahead and just check the up to the minute count. Trump is up 198 to 99, you guys. It's getting close to 270 already. Trump looking like he's running away with it. But if we remember 4 years ago, Trump looked like he was running away with it and had it in the bag. And then by the next morning, Joe Biden had steamrolled back and won the darn thing. So we'll keep checking in tonight, and maybe we'll get a winner while we're here live. Maybe we won't. I didn't plan on streaming all night long or anything. I ain't going all night long till the break of dawn, but I figured we'd go for a couple hours and talk about this clown show we call an election. I'll keep the results on screen for a minute while I say hello to everybody. All right, so let me say my hellos to everybody. And I had a couple super chats come in before I even started the stream. So let me pull those up. First one I had, well, I got the super sticker that just came in from Raider Dog. Thank you, Raider Dog, for your super sticker. I appreciate that. But the very, very, very first one that came in before I even kicked it off was from one of my mods, Shady Davy D. LaFleur, who's over there doing his thing on his YouTube channel, doing his own brand of comedy, and looks like he's growing his channel little by little. Okay, somehow it looks like I missed your super chat. I scrolled all the way back to the beginning. See if I can find it. And then we'll kick off this party. I have a few videos tonight. I wanted to show the endorsement from Rogan, the Trump endorsement by Rogan, and also wanted to talk about Elon Musk then showing up on Rogan's show, and Elon Musk endorses Trump. It's almost like they're trying to shove Elon Musk down our throats and make us love him. Like America doesn't really love Elon Musk. They're trying to make us love him. Okay, that's weird. It's like I went all the way back and I can't find Davey D's super chat. But I know he sent one. I know you sent one, Davey D. I tried to scroll all the way back and I couldn't find it. But I know you sent one, so thank you. All right, let's get started. Hey, can you post what your super chat said again, Davey D, so I don't have to like try and scroll back 20 minutes ago? That'd be awesome. If you can repeat what you said in your super chat, you don't even have to resend a super chat. Just repeat it, and then I'll post it. All right. So yes, I've already mentioned this, 5 minutes into the stream, that 4 years ago, Joe Biden steamrolled back and won, and it was like a similar thing like this. All right. Got a message from Andy says she's going to win California because they're communists. Well, California's been blue since Reagan. So Reagan was the last time California went conservative. And that was a long time ago. It's not that it's communist. It's just it's scripted to be a blue state. There's plenty of Trumpers and country boys and cowboys in California. The population is highly diverse. So whatever they say it's scripted to be, that's what it is, you know? So there's things about California that suck, and there's things about it that are great. So every state has its ups and downs. See Me Roland says, when the Trumpster wins, baby, we all win. If you say so. I really hope that you're kidding. You know, I hope that's sarcasm for your sake, because here in my audience, we don't kiss the Trumpster's ass. Most of us know. Thank you for your super chat, though. I appreciate it. Yeah, see, comments like this, it really kind of depends where you live. So if you were to go to the country, you know, where they have cows and corn, you'll find actual cowboys and Trumpsters who are red through and through. And so people don't realize that it's the concentrated populations in Los Angeles, San Francisco, uh, Sacramento, and so basically the big cities in California, the concentrated Democratic voters, like that's basically it overrides all the rest of the state. So when you get out of those big cities, you'll find a lot of Trumpers and gun owners. You'd be surprised. Go look at how many people showed up to his Coachella, California rally. Rose Bell says, I believe most of America is conservative. So tonight we're going to get into this argument where if enough illegals come over, they can swing some of the swing states blue. And so Elon Musk is attempting to be the man of reason, the voice of reason. And he goes on Joe Rogan's show, and his whole thing is like, well, these illegals are they're coming over, and you know, 200,000 extra votes in a state could potentially be the swing. So uh, it this is the last chance to save American democracy. Basically, we're going to watch that clip here later on in the stream. So the narrative will be that illegals can swing the vote, right? So better get everybody to adopt the idea of a true ID. And you have to have a true ID in order to vote. Doesn't that sound great? So none of these illegals can taint the election. And in order to get a true ID, you have to get one of these personalized computer chips that they're going to slip just underneath the skin. You see how that works? You see how that works? So they can use guys like Trump to help usher in, you know, we don't want these illegals to swing the vote. So we're going to need to adopt a true ID. A true ID will save democracy. It'll save our Constitution. Nobody's done more for you than me. All right. So we'll get into some of these videos I have. Thanks everyone for showing up again. I did a stream a couple nights ago, but I thought tonight, since the election's on hand, we'll jump into this. So let's see. We'll start with the Joe Rogan endorses Trump. We'll start there. Anyone still thinking Rogan is legit? You're in the wrong saloon. And I'm sure there's probably people here who still watch Joe Rogan and give him a pass. But I don't. I think he's a shill ass liar bitch sellout. Yep, that's what I think he is. A shill ass sellout. All right. The fuck?
That you're being a diva silly because you're asking her, you're offering her the opportunity to do.
All right, here we go.
Where the pair attacked Kamala Harris and the Democrats.
My computer's lagging a bit. 1 second, guys. Let me deal with this mess. I'll knock down the pixels and close a few windows and try and get my computer to catch up. I'm operating on an old laptop that needs to be replaced. Forgive me. Yeah, we'll go to 480p. There we go. Okay, listen up, kiddies. Here we go. We got what I think here is a fake Elon Musk. I think this is a dude in a mask. I don't even think that this is even a real Elon Musk anymore. Yeah, that's right. I think this right here, it's like some dude in a mask. I'll get more to that in a minute.
Where the pair attacked Kamala Harris and the Democrats just a day out from the US presidential election. And in another shock, Joe Rogan, who has always maintained his bipartisanship publicly, came out to endorse Donald Trump with a post on X. He said, "Elon Musk makes what I think is the most compelling case for Trump you'll hear, and I agree with him every step of the way. For the record, yes, that's an endorsement of Trump. Enjoy the podcast." Donald Trump announced the endorsement during a rally to the cheers of crowds.
And it just came over the wires that Joe Rogan just endorsed me. Is that correct? Thank you, Joe. That's so nice.
All right, so there you go. Rogan endorses Trump. Looks like I got a super chat that came in. Let me go back and snag that. And Trump publicly thanks Rogan. See how that works? So Trump gives Rogan the rub. So you know what that's going to do? That's going to send people who might casually watch Rogan once in a while. That's going to make them hardcore Rogan fans. So Rogan just increased his audience. And then, believe it or not, Trump increases his audience with Rogan giving his full support to Trump. See how that works? Rogan's getting a way bigger bump by having Trump mention his name like that and thank him. and be like, he was such an interesting fella. I talked to him for so long. I spilled my guts. I told him all about my bloody ear. Yeah. Hunter Thompson says, hey, Trumpsters, don't start bobbing each other's knobs just yet. Wait till inauguration. I've heard all sorts of theories about what might happen. Like, Joe Biden's going to pass away and Kamala's going to be president and then she's going to enforce martial law and then there's going to be a civil war and then the dollar's going to collapse and oh my God, everyone's going to die. And then, that won't age well, most likely. So basically, I've heard everything in between what I just said and more. And chances are, it's just going to be Trump tomorrow. Like, yep, he won, like we thought he would. Chances are. But I won't be shocked if Kamala was to somehow steamroll back, because they did that 4 years ago. So I'm not going to be shocked even if Kamala wins. I've already said that. But I expect Trump to win. And I'm not a supporter of either side. I call out both sides. They're both wings of the same dirty bird. So I don't really give a shit one way or the other. They're going to give us what they give us. I actually feel like I'll have more material with Trump because he's a more entertaining character than Kamala. And I already have, my impression of Trump. So I'd rather not have to learn how to do a Kamala impression. I'd rather not have to do that. So I would prefer if Trump wins. I got another super chat. I'm going to try and pull that one up here. All right. I'm rigged coming in says, could they actually give Trump the impossible California for the sake of a mind fuck? I think that's what you're saying. The impossible California. No, I'm pretty sure that California is going to go down blue like usual. And they'll just chalk it up to the big populations in Los Angeles and San Francisco and the Bay Area in general, and then Sacramento, San Diego. So all these cities, these big cities, are always considered, liberal. And so anyway, if you really think about it, like, the people out in the country, they're less likely to even want to go vote in California because they already know it's a blue state. So the smart ones who at least know that it's a blue state aren't really into wasting their time in voting. But there's not many smart people left. I'm rigged. Thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate that. Looks like they're lagging my stream too. Of course. Of course they are. Shady Davy D. LaFleur says, welcome all new viewers, over 380 in chat. Please hit the like. Yeah, that's important. Hit the like button and let's show YouTube who's boss. Strange Shred says, did you vote, Jake? No, I've never voted in my life, so I'm not a registered voter in any capacity. Shady Davy D, thank you very much again for your super chat, buddy. I appreciate that as always. And please do, with this many people in chat, let's smash the thumbs up. I already read that one. Okay.
And he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that stuff. And he tends to be a little bit more liberal than some of the people in this room. No, I had a lot of fun. And he was amazing. And it was a 3-hour interview. In fact, I was 2 hours late for a rally that we had. I had explained that a little bit. And it was cold out that night. We flew, but we had to make it. We were more than 2 hours late. And they understood. I said, I just was interviewed by a very interesting guy, and he just kept going on. They called it a long form, and it could have gone a lot longer, but he was great. And he's not a person that does endorsements, but he did an endorsement. So I just want to thank Joe Rogan. That's fantastic.
He's been doing more of a softer spoken thing. Like when I watched him on Rogan, I got through like, I don't know, 10 minutes and I had to shut it off because he started talking about his ear and like lying his ass off. There was so much blood, and I got to tell you, Joe, I was covered in blood in Secret Service. They were like, you hit everywhere. You have been shot all over your body. But I knew that I wasn't, and I knew that it was just that I was going to be okay. So he's doing this like softer spoken Trump now, I notice. Watch. Let me back that up a bit.
Just was interviewed by a very interesting guy, and he just kept going on. They called it a long form, and it could have gone a lot longer, but he was great. And he's not a person that does endorsements, but he did an endorsement. So I just want to thank Joe Rogan. That's fantastic.
And he's not the type of guy who does endorsements. It was going on and on. And he's the type of guy that he's a bit of a lefty, a little bit of a liberal, but in this case, he loves me so much, and so I want to thank Joe Rogan. I want to thank you personally.
Right? Like he wanted to thank Joe Rogan very softly. This is a dude who will speak loudly when he wants to, right? But he got real soft spoken.
We were going on for 3 hours, and frankly, I had such a great time. And I want to thank Joe Rogan. Yeah.
I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? It's a softer spoken Trump. Can I do an impression of Trump winning?
Well, as you already know, I have this thing in the bag. Quite frankly, if we were gonna check the election results right now, we would see I'm at 198, Kamala Harris at 112. I think you know, and I know, this is a foregone conclusion. She's gonna get California, but I'm gonna get the rest of the map. We're gonna steamroll to victory, and when it's all said and done, we're gonna be popping champagne in the Oval Office like the old days.
There you go. All right. I'm going to get back to that video because I didn't show much of it. Okay. So Joe Rogan endorses Trump. Trump thanks Rogan.
Commentators on X celebrated the news, with this commentator saying, "This is huge. Let's go." And Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene said, "Let's save America." The endorsement comes after both Donald Trump and J.D. Vance appeared on the Joe Rogan podcast, whilst Kamala Harris did not go on the podcast.
You could look at this and you say, oh, you're being a diva. But she had an opportunity to come here when she was in Texas. And I literally gave them an open invitation. I said, anytime. I said, if she's done at 10 o'clock, we'll come back here at 10 o'clock. I go, I'll do it at 9 in the morning. I'll do it at 10 p.m. I'll do it at midnight.
I think this idea that you're being a diva is silly because you're asking her, you're offering her the opportunity to do exactly what the other candidate did, right?
Well, she actually reached out when she found out that he was coming on. So their camp reached out to me. So I said, great, I would love to talk to her. but it was very difficult to tie it down, and they wanted to travel. And see, the thing is, like, you can't, if I go somewhere, then there's going to be other people in the room, and they want to control a lot of things, I'm sure, according to.
Oh yeah, and Joe's the type of guy who doesn't want to be controlled. Oh, good one, Joe. Yeah, because you're not a controlled puppet endorsing a controlled candidate, right? No. Oh, this guy's such a clown, such a puppet. And he's got a big audience. He's highly influential. That's why he must be controlled. If you get to where you're talking to millions of people, they're going to step in and control your ass. That's why they have steps in place to keep you from getting to talking to millions of people. Like me, for instance. They have to unsub people from my channel like every day in order to try and keep me suppressed from blowing up. Otherwise, I would be talking to millions of people. They're like, we have to keep this guy in a can. But we also want to make money off this guy. And we also want to see what he says. So we're going to let him stick around, but we're not going to let him get to millions of views. So trying to get to the point where you have millions of viewers and you're influential, at some point somebody steps in to control your ass. And Joe has got a big audience, highly controlled. The day that Neil deGrasse Tyson showed up and punked him out on the moon landing on his own show, it made Joe be like, I'm dumb, and I don't know. So yes, they did go to the moon. Joe's like, they never went to the moon. That was his old thing. Go look up the old Joe Rogan moon take. He says they never went to the moon. And then he has Neil deGrasse Tyson show up on his show. Neil deGrasse basically cucks him out. And then he's like, oh, yeah, I'm dumb. They did go to the moon. So, and that was a long time ago. And so ever since then, he's just been a total sellout. There's even a clip of him out there saying, you give me $1 million, I'll lie to my mom. Something like that. He's like, I'll lie to my mother. Or no, you show me an alien. That's what he said. If you show me an alien at Area 51, I'll lie to my mom. I don't care. Just show me an alien and I'll lie to everyone. He's on record saying that. Just show me an alien, bro, and I will lie to my family. I'm Joe Rogan. I endorse Trump. Show me an alien and I will lie to my grandma. I will lie to my children. Just show me an alien. Joe Rogan, Trump 2024. All right. Knock down the pixels even more because my computer is lagging still.
The Brett Breyer interview on Fox, like people were waving him off. That's a distraction. People in the room, like my whole goal with her and with him is just talk, just have a conversation like a human being. You find out things about people. You get a sense of them, at least, a real sense.
JD Vance doubled down on this, taking a brutal swipe at the Democratic candidate's inability to perform long interviews.
We're thrilled to be here. I'm thrilled to be in Pennsylvania. We actually recorded an episode of Joe Rogan this morning. So we started out in Austin, Texas. And we're closing out.
How long was it, JD? How long were you in Rogan?
Almost 4 hours. Almost 4 hours. So I've officially done more interview time than Kamala Harris has the entire campaign just today. So,
hey, you know what? Here's my message to all the Trumpites, the Trumpomaniacs, the Trumpsters. Here's my message to you. Do you remember when Trump endorsed the Jabba Ding Dong? The what, Jake? Oh, you know. Don't you remember when old Trumpster endorsed the Jabberino? You know, what I'm talking about without me using a specific word? Remember when he endorsed the little pokey in your body? Remember? Jake, what are you saying? That we should vote for Kamala? No. But do you remember, Trumpites, when your boy endorsed the pokey? And if anyone's wondering, this is for inoculating mushrooms. So don't anyone think that this is some illegal drug thing. No, this is for growing mushrooms. This is way too big of a needle to stick in your arm. So don't anyone think anything stupid by me showing you this. This is a prop to illustrate my point, and I can use it to grow mushrooms. So anyway, back to the story. Remember when Trump endorsed the pokey? Oh, you do? Okay. So if you support Trump, you should get the second round of pokies next time he endorses the pokey again. So when he comes back as president, tells you to take another one, you should go get that. Oh, you won't go get that? You won't do what Trump says? What, you don't trust him? Or would you go get it? Trumpites, are you going to go get the pokey if Trump tells you to go get it? Again? Did you do it last time? I hope you didn't. Are you going to do it again if he comes back as president? Huh? Tells you to go get your annual pokey? Oh. Whoa. This guy's getting too serious. Settle down, Jake. We're trying to root for our guy right now. He's about to win. What's with all this pokey stuff? Yeah, well, he did, promote the jab in your veins, didn't he? Yeah. So if he does that again, Trumpers, Trumpites, are you gonna take it? Or are you gonna be like, oh no, I voted for him. I love him. I put the sign on my lawn, but I'm not gonna take the jab. No. But I will support him even though he promotes it. Is that gonna be your stance? Hmm? Looks like I got a super sticker from Raider Dog. Thank you, Raider Dog, for the super sticker. And Shady Davy D. LaFleur says fake assassin. I don't want to complete that word because I've had a few videos taken down talking about that little mess. So I'll say fake ass all up in the nation. See what I did there? Equals Trump takes bang bang pow pows. I have to watch it, man. If I read that verbatim, that could mean that this won't be ad friendly. But if I did what I just did, then they'll be like, oh, this is totally cool for you to have ads. See? And everyone still knows what I'm talking about. All right. But yes, I agree. Some fake ass all up in the nation. I mean, they already had a few different, or they had the one attempt that we all saw, and then they claimed that they thwarted others. So now you got to figure he comes back as president. They can make it like a weekly thing, twice a month or so. Like it was another attempt on Trump's life, but he luckily got away. See, a super check came in. I'm trying to dig it up. There it is. I'm Rigged says, three-way debate between Trump, Mag, and Goatus. Oh, you're challenging me here, aren't you? Trump, Mag, and Goatus.
So I thought I was running against Camel Toe, Kamala Harris, but apparently there are two new candidates who I'm up against, and quite frankly, I don't even know who the hell they are. Can you introduce yourself to America?
Let me tell you something, people. You need to wake your ass up right now. Donald Trump is not a real man. He said dumb shit to please the masses. Let me tell you something right now, people. Donald Trump is an animatronic robot. I'll hit you with a bam right now.
And who are you, you scruffy looking fella?
Hi, America. If you vote for me, I will make it a law that everyone has to eat raw meat. The first thing I will do is change the Constitution. And I will make the First Amendment the right to touch baby. And of course, I will make the Second Amendment the right to cook baby and eat baby. But of course, I prefer raw baby, if you know what I mean.
Quite frankly, Goatus, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't think America's gonna vote for you. I think I have this thing in the bag, already locked up and won.
Let me tell you something, people. This man is an animatronic robot. Do not listen to the dumb shit coming out of his mouth. I'm gonna hit you with a bam, and I'm gone. I, of course, am the one who told you the truth about eating raw meat. And this is simply because I am Jesus Christ, the one you have been waiting for. Yes, it is me. I have been here all along trying to save you by telling you to eat raw meat. There you go. There's a little three-way Mag, Trump, and Goatus. Once I did Trump and then Mag, I had to like stop for like 10 seconds to like gather my Goatus impression. I was like, oh fuck, I'm having to jump between characters here. Thanks for the challenge. I appreciate that. You challenged me creatively to go somewhere with those characters where I've never taken them before. So thank you very much. I'm rigged. I like these sort of super chat comedic challenges or comedic ideas, basically, because it lets me, do my thing and create new comedy, and it's based on your idea, and I get paid for it. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool job that I have sometimes. All right. And if you don't know Mag or Goatus, you might be confused by what the hell that was. But if you know those characters, then you probably liked that. Let's continue.
Oh.
Sky News host James McPherson agreed, saying a long-form interview would expose Kamala Harris's incompetence.
He's tried to make it happen. He's made the offer, and they've said no. It will only happen on her conditions. Well, why was it that Trump was unafraid to go to his studio, his territory, and sit down and talk for 3 hours, but Kamala Harris won't? I wonder why. Maybe because she couldn't fill in 3 hours of interview, particularly knowing the way that Joe Rogan conducts his interviews. He doesn't go in there and let anyone get away with anything. It's a very conversational style of interview, right? And even...
Okay, whatever this guy's saying is bullshit. There we go. Oh yeah, I got the Joe Rogan and Elon Musk video. Let's go to that. Let's get rid of this video and go to the Joe Rogan, Elon Musk video. Emily says, I have a head full of Goatus working on that right now. How did he get here? Yeah, so Emily's behind the scenes trying to get Goatis's channel taken down, and she's using legal loopholes to make that happen. And basically, Goatis, the guy I was doing an impression of that said to eat raw meat, yeah, he's a wanted fugitive who hired a hitman to attack his ex and his own son in an arson and acid attack. And so he posts still on YouTube, but he hides his whereabouts and he won't go live. And so it's basically this ongoing drama where it's like a manhunt for a dude who's hiding out internationally. And they can't just go pick him up at his house because he's like hiding out in like Kazakhstan or I don't know where, some southeastern country that doesn't have an extradition treaty. So it's basically a huge drama. So if you want to keep up with that, you should check out Emily's channel here, or go over to my parody channel, Spherage Goatis parody videos. All right. But back to the point, because now I'm getting off topic. Let me check the up-to-date results. Oh, Trump is now up to 210. Kamala Harris up to 113. Let me refresh the screen and make sure it's extra fresh. Yes, it is. As of right now, Trump up to 210. Harris at 113. It's getting close, y'all. All right. Let's go to Rogan and Trump interview. No, excuse me. Rogan and Elon. And they talk about Trump and about how the vote can be manipulated. So they basically are going to come off like they're sensible Americans who don't want their vote to be manipulated by illegals. As if Elon Musk really gives a shit. There we go. Got the video all set up on my end. Let me.
Drives me crazy is that he's going to destroy democracy. So in order to destroy democracy, we have to install a president without a primary.
Right.
We have to have a candidate that is the least liked vice president of all time, the least popular vice president of all time, and then use gaslighting and the full force of the media machine to turn her into the future and hope.
Right.
And then she's going to be changed, even though she's a sitting vice president. And then on top of that, this idea of change when the Democrats have been in control for what, 12 of 16 years?
Right.
Which is crazy. Like, this is the change.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I view this election as a turning point, like a fork in the road of destiny that is incredibly important. I've not been politically active until this election. And the reason I've been politically active this election is because I think if we don't elect Trump, I think we will lose. We will lose democracy in this country. We will lose.
There you go, guys. You're going to lose democracy if you don't vote in Trump. But if you vote in Trump, then you're going to win democracy, right? That's the opposite of lose. You're going to win democracy, or are you going to keep democracy? You're going to keep democracy, or are you going to win it? One or the other. But you have to vote Trump in order to make that happen. So here's the deal. Elon Musk is propped up to be like this powerful billionaire. And when you're a billionaire, you don't really give a shit about politics. If you have that much money, why would you even give a shit, right? You're rubbing elbows with elites, no matter who's president. And so this guy, even though he's not as beloved as America, or as the bad guys want him to be in America, he still is perceived as rich and powerful, and people take his opinions seriously. Some people here in America, And so having Rogan with his huge audience, and then Rogan hanging out with Elon, basically they're cross promoting each other while the two of them promote Trump. So it's like Rogan's audience, Elon's audience come together, and then they promote Trump at the tippity top of the Illuminati pyramid. See how that goes? And so Elon's going to come off as the sensible guy here. Like, if we don't elect Trump, democracy will be lost as we know it. Right? Very sensible. And then he'll make the point coming up: illegals. You know, if in a swing state, 100,000 illegals were to vote, it could swing the election. Democracy would be lost. See, he'll say some shit like that, and everyone will be like, "He's right." That's how they get you to think that some sort of ID system is a good idea. They'll get the conservatives on board by saying, "Hey, you want to get rid of illegals like corrupting the vote and fix things? We need to have a chip ID system." You see what I'm saying? So they can trick you into like adopting this new ID system that eventually leads to like you have a computer chip inside your body, and they monitor everything that you do, right?
Lose the two-party system, and let me explain why. So there's only like six or seven swing states. The margin of victory in those states is small, often like 10 or 20,000 votes. What the Democrat administration has been doing is importing vast numbers of illegals into swing states. You can look at the numbers on the actual government website, meaning you don't take my word for it. You'll just look at the numbers as reported by the government, which is controlled by the Democrats. And what we're seeing is triple-digit increases in the number of illegals in every swing state. Some cases, 700% increases. These are gigantic numbers.
So what he's saying to a Trumpster sounds very sensible and totally easy to understand. Like Elon is not going on about some space system out, and fake outer space. No, he's like talking like, these illegals are swinging the vote in the swing states. Like very basic, concrete, easy to understand for even the dumbest Trumpster. And that type of shit right there will get them on board real quick with Elon. So I think they're trying to get America to embrace Elon more so. And by having him sit with Rogan right after Trump sat with Rogan, now they're going to cross promote Trump. See what I mean? So these are some powerful people putting Trump's name in their mouth and making it out like that's the correct direction to go in order to fix this problem with illegals corrupting the vote. And your vote already doesn't matter. They can taint the system no matter how they want. This shit's scripted out many years in advance. 20 years in advance, maybe 50 years in advance. They script this shit out. So they'll corrupt the vote and manipulate the vote any way they see fit. And your vote has always been an illusion of choice. You weren't alive to vote back, in the first election. And we don't even know how much of that history is true. So when it comes to our elections, I know for sure that my vote don't count and it's a waste of time. I live in a blue state. Maybe you live in a red state. What's the difference? If you live in a red state, then why vote? If you live in a blue state, why vote? Oh, well, if you live in a swing state, then your vote counts. So you have to live in a swing state in order for your vote to count? What type of shit is that really? Oh, I better go move to a swing state so I can help swing it. It's stupid, man, if you really think about it. And even then, your votes still don't count. It's all scripted shit. Steve 805 SB with a $5 donation says, I'm not doing the real ID thing. My passport will still work fine for air travel. Don't comply, folks. At least stall and make it difficult for them. Shit, dude, I haven't jumped on an airplane in a while just because the rigmarole at the airport sucks. And I hate not having my vehicle. Like flying to Vegas from Sacramento is like an hour and 10 minutes, which is awesome. And driving there takes like fucking 9 hours. So yeah, flying to Vegas is way better. But here's the problem. Once I get there, then I'm at the airport and I got to pay for an Uber. I don't have my vehicle. Then I'm at the mercy of Vegas having to take Ubers everywhere. See what I'm saying? I like having my vehicle. So I'm one of those guys that like, I stopped fucking taking planes and I just prefer to take my vehicle. And I haven't traveled internationally. So yeah, I haven't been on a plane in years, man. And the last time I was on a plane was just a short flight to Vegas. So I haven't been on a long flight like across the country. And God, I don't know, over 10 years, 20 years maybe. Shit. I'm Rigged says, this has to be your first election stream. Hope we'll see you in 4 years. God bless for the internet. No, I did this last year, or 4 years ago, excuse me. I did this last election is what I should say. And I remember Trump was up front and then I shut the stream off and went to bed. And then by the next day, Joe Biden had steamrolled back and won the thing. And then I did an update video about it. So yeah, I did a stream like this last year. I think it was much earlier in the day though. I think it was like Trump was out to a big lead and then I shut the stream off. And then by the time all of the states got tallied up, and then one or two of the states like changed color by the next day. Thanks, I'm Rigged. I appreciate the donations.
So if you have a state that has a 10 or 20,000 vote margin, and you put 200,000 illegals into that state, you 10x you swamp the. It's not a swing state anymore. It's going to vote blue, and then once the swing states vote blue, there is no election anymore. There's only a Democrat primary,
which is so crazy. And
the voice of reason. Once you swing a swing state, there's no more election anymore, which is crazy. Hey, what are you guys talking about? Assholes, you actors, you liars, you frauds. How about one of you guys say, hey, you know what? This election is scripted and it's a fucking clown show. Oh, no, they won't say that. You can't say that. That's reserved for independent comedians like me, who aren't controlled by the government and haven't been bought off. Yeah, I get to say that this selection right here has been a total fucking clown show. It's embarrassing how many people fell for this shit. Go ask a Trumper, like, do you believe Donald actually got shooted in his ear? And they're going to be like, I do. He's a hero. They tried to kill him because he's such a great man. All of them say that. But they're the smart ones. The lefty liberals are the dumb ones. The people who think that Don got shot in his ear, those are the smart ones. The good guys. The lefty liberal ones with the pink hair, yeah, those are the dumb ones. You know what? They're all fucking dumb. Hundreds of millions of dumb motherfuckers. East to west, north to south. America, land of the dumb motherfuckers. Elect Jake, 2024. There's still time. Still time for me to come back and win.
It's so crazy that people are fine with that.
Well, I guess people on the left will be fine with that because they think that's a good idea.
Well, they just want to win. They just want to win.
Correct. Like the thing is, one does not need actually any grand conspiracy theory for this. You just have to look at the simple matter of incentives.
There's no conspiracy theory. It's just illegals coming over and swinging the swing states. No conspiracy theories at all. Says the guy with an Occupy Mars shirt. Occupy Mars, as in put humans on Mars, a red twinkly dot in the sky that no human has ever been to or will ever go to. And you know what? The rover's fake and outer space is fake. So when I look at a red twinkly dot in the sky, I don't see any desert features. But according to NASA, that's a place that humans are going to one day go. And according to this guy, we should occupy Mars. That's a place we should go. That's how you know this guy's a total actor, fucking fraud, and a liar. He openly promotes on his chest living in a fantasy world, because let's face it, no one's ever going to live on Mars. No one's ever going to walk on Mars because it's a twinkly fucking red dot and you can't walk on it. There is no rover on Mars. So the fact he has Occupy Mars on his chest makes him a fucking lying piece of shit and a shill and a sellout. So why should we listen to any sensible thing he has to say about illegals swinging the vote when he's talking about people living on Mars? Fuck this guy right in his shill asshole. Steve 805SB says you would also have serious hearing loss, ringing, tinnitus, eardrum blown out if a bullet grazed your ear. Didn't he golf the very next day? Dude, that was like the fakest thing ever. And I broke it down like piece by piece. I broke down every bit of evidence, proved that it was fake as funk. And you know what? My stream is still standing, and that's the best thing you can go watch, the stream that I did about that. But the videos that I made, they started to take off in views, and they whacked both my videos. They only gave me one strike for the two videos, so luckily they didn't give me two strikes for it. They only gave me one for the, but they took down both of them. And both videos I put out were short, sweet, concise, and had good information about how it's scripted in advance. And they took those down, but my stream's still up. So anyone want to go back and watch me break down every piece of evidence, just scroll back to when it happened. You'll find my stream. I had over 1,000 people watching that night. Goes to show you my numbers dramatically increase after a dramatic event. All right. Thank you, Steve 805SB. I appreciate that.
If the Democrat Party wants to win, like basically achieve permanent victory, all they need to do is turn the swing states blue. They have permanent victory, and then we're a one-party state, and then they will keep doing that. Obviously, they will keep stacking the deck by bringing in vast numbers of illegals into the swing states. Keep stacking it so that the next election, each successive election, will be worse than the last one. And that's what's happening. If you want to see, like, well, is this actually going to happen? Look at California. California is supermajority Dem, 70% Dem. A month ago, they passed a law making it illegal to show ID in any election in California.
And here we go. Remember when I brought up the ID thing? Here we go, y'all. Strap it in.
So a friend of mine went to vote in Palo Alto because he was like, "Is this for real?" He tried to show his ID, and they reacted like if you show a cross to a vampire. Okay, they're like, "No, we can't even look at that ID." It is illegal for them to even look at your ID if you want to present it in California.
That's hearsay. How do we even know that this story even happened? Like a vampire. Whoa! Cool story. Where's the proof?
Why?
For any election at all, even like city council.
What?
So that may be a law, but that story he told about a guy trying, like that he went there and tried to show his ID, and everyone was like, "No! Oh, show me." That'd be a cool clip.
Logical reason other than to cheat would you ever have that law?
The reason is to cheat.
That's but the only
Obviously.
it's only like you can never make an argument any other way. And I think
Yeah.
84% of people polled believe that you should show ID to vote. So it's against.
See, 84% of people believe you should show ID to vote. So how are we going to solve this problem, America?
It's the will of the people.
Yes. And we are extremely rare. We're an outlier in not requiring ID. Basically, almost every country on earth requires ID to vote. So as soon as you ban ID for voting, it makes fraud impossible to prove.
So guys, it's easy to get tricked by this guy into thinking like, oh, he's right. You know, we should have, and you should have to show ID to vote. All these other countries do it, and we aren't. It's because Joe Biden done let all them illegals over, and so yeah, they should have to show ID. See how they can trick you into this? So basically, they can script the narrative that Joe Biden and the Democrats let all of the illegals over, and that's a problem. So the solution that the good guys want to implement, you have to have a real ID, and you have to show an ID to vote. Solution to the manufactured, created problem by the bad guys. Think you're gonna fool me? Not on my watch, bitch. I just explained it to my audience, and everybody will understand exactly what I'm saying. But you won't hear that on the mainstream media, of course. You know, a simple explanation like that. The scripted narrative is that the Democrats and Joe Biden let all these illegals over. And here you have Elon Musk saying that that is the reason that these elections are basically tainted and could possibly be ruined forever. And the lefty liberals will win every election forever. And that's the end of democracy as we know it. And then you got Rogan going, man, that's crazy. I can't believe that. I mean, yeah, we should totally have an ID. You should totally have to show your ID. See where this is going?
Because how do you trace the fraud?
Right. Yeah, it's insane.
I'll show you the
Oh, yeah.
ropes, kid. Show you the ropes.
It's insane.
It's insane.
And what I'm saying is that
how is it legal?
What I'm saying is like this election is the last chance to preserve democracy in America. Mark my words. Everything they accuse Trump of, they are guilty of.
This is the last chance to save America. Mark his words. Some serious shit, y'all. It's the last chance to save America. Elon Musk, you know, a name everyone knows, a household name, basically. Mark his words. It's the last chance. What was that last thing he said?
Everything they accuse Trump of, they are guilty of.
Oh, is that right? So Trump, who was basically like indicted and found guilty on like 100 million charges, but never did any jail time, and nothing's going to happen to him, and he's probably just going to be president. So you get what I mean? I even told you guys that like the whole fact that Trump's facing all this legal stuff, my guess is nothing's going to happen to him, and he'll never spend a day in fake jail, and they'll just act like the case never mattered. And here we are. Did any of those cases matter? It was promotion. to get people to rally behind him, to think that the system's against him. If the system was really against him, then his ass really would be in jail. See how that works? So he's trying to play the part that, like, this is your final hope is Trump, with his Occupy Mars t-shirt. And personally, you guys, I think this is a mask-wearing imposter. Check this out. Let me increase the pixels here. Look at these eyelids. He's got like this double slit eyelid thing going on. The same thing that Tyler Perry has going on, where you can see like an extra layer around the eyes. At least I see it. This looks like some sort of imposter in a mask to me.
And if Trump doesn't win, this will be the last real election in America.
If Trump doesn't win, it'll be the last real election in America. Yeah, this weird little eye fold just looks masky to me. And then this is easily green screen type shit. Steve 805 SB with a donation says, got sucked into SpaceX for a bit, saw 3 launches in person at Vandenberg. It's crazy to see the booster come back down and land vertically. They do put on a show, mesmerized, and critical thinking stops. You saw one land vertically, or just take off? I know people see the rockets take off, but the ones that come back and land, those usually look pretty CGI. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody's like personal footage of those coming back and landing. I'll have to look and see if I can find more personal footage of the rockets landing, because nothing goes to outer space. But the SpaceX rockets, there have been a few of them that have done some weird shit, like look like they're ripping a hole in the firmament or doing some weird plasma release of some sort. So I have seen one that did the weird firmament ripping plasma releasey fucking thing. I saw one do that. And so I know that is real. And I had a very strange thing happen to me after that, where I felt very weird later on that day, like dizzy, and I needed to lay down out of nowhere. So I don't know. I always wonder if they tested a weapon on the public that night. All right. But I really, I don't know, something about this Elon Musk right here is very basic and generic to me. Like almost like this is a fake Elon Musk. I could be wrong. It might just be just one Elon Musk doing all these parts, but I feel like they have to have a couple doppelganger Elon Musks. Ain't no way you're just going to have one.
And we will, if the Kamala, if the big government Kamala puppet machine wins, they will legalize the illegals in the swing states. There will be no swing states. Every election going forward will be a guaranteed Democrat win. And
if they don't implement a real ID, then every election going forward, it would be a Democratic win.
And it'll actually be worse than California. The reason it'll be worse than California is because the one thing that keeps California from being super crazy is that you can move out of California, like you and I did.
That's the one thing. to keep it from, is that you can move out of California. Yes, but if Trump loses, the whole United States becomes California, and the world as we know it will end.
You and I used to be in California, but we moved to Texas. We're still in.
Where marijuana is illegal. Oh yes, Texas. That's where you're safe, dude. Go hang out in one of those big cities in the downtown area, and you're still gonna see, homeless and liberals and shit. You know what I mean? Terrible ghettos and stuff. So it ain't like everywhere in Texas is pristine and amazing. Go to the ghetto of Dallas or Houston and tell me how awesome it is.
America. But if the Dems win this election, they will legalize enough illegals to turn the swing states, and everywhere will be like California. There will be no escape.
That's right. Texas automatically becomes California. That's what's going to happen. Roosevelt says, isn't Houston bad? Every major city, every big city has a bad side. It just comes down to like how bad your bad side is. So there's some cities in the South that you might not think are that horrendous until you go to the bad area of that city. Woo! And then there's a nice side to every big city. Every big city has people who have money, who live in like a suburb, like right next to the big city. So there's always, or a section of the big city where all the rich people live. So there's always a nice area. And then there's always a shit area of every big city. It just depends how big and bad the shitty side is. Somebody in Houston might be able to tell us like which section of the city is the bad part, because I don't know. I've only been there once. So this is hardcore Trump promotion, you guys, from Elon Musk. Everything he's saying is just tickling the Trumpites' fancy, if you will. This is the type of stuff to get people to get out and vote if they were like on the fence. Like what he's saying here is like, if Trump doesn't win, democracy as we know it is over. Wow, pretty dramatic. So like I said, between these two guys, this is a huge demographic. Joe Rogan, household name, Elon Musk, household name, and they're coming together talking about how illegals are swinging the swing states, and this is going to be the end of democracy as we know it. And the solution? Real IDs. And you have to show ID. That's the only way to save true democracy. Doesn't that sound like a wonderful plan? To a problem that the bad guys created on purpose. Oh, sucks, man. Because all the gun-toting Trumpites who love their First and Second Amendment and all that stuff, like they're gonna fall right into this trap. They're gonna be like, you know what? I used to not like Elon Musk, but now I think he's a fucking great guy. And you know what? I had my doubts about Joe Rogan. I was thinking he might be a fucking liberal democrat, but you know what? Now I think he's pretty damn cool. I like these guys, Joe Rogan and Elon Musk. They be making a whole lot of sense right now. These illegals, what they gonna do if they have to show a real ID? If they can't show a real ID, they need to go back where they come from is what they need to do. See how that works? There's like tens of millions of what I just did, that stereotype I just did. There's tens of millions of those guys. That's why I do that. That's not even like really a stereotype. That's just a damn fact that there's tens of millions of dudes who have that attitude. And another thing, like I said, they're trying to get Elon Musk to be more of a beloved character. They want him to be thought of like Nikolai Tesla, who might be a made-up guy. And of course, you know, Elon Musk, his company is Tesla. So they want you to, when this guy dies, they're going to have him in history books, you know, for the next generation as like, you know, the Einstein, the Tesla of this time. So imagine kids reading about this guy and how he's like some genius who revolutionized the world. And that's what they're going to be taught in school about this guy. We won't be there to be like, no, he's full of shit. He's an actor and a puppet on the world stage. Yeah, we won't be there.
That is so insane.
This is the final. This is it.
It's the final countdown.
The last chance.
The final last chance.
Has anybody tried
And
to
I
push
just want to
back?
like go out and vote.
Oh, look, now he's looking at the camera. Whoa! Now he's like, he's really stepping it up, guys. Not only is this the last chance to save democracy, now he's going to stare directly in the camera and command you to vote. Look, and he's even going to like do like the Trump accordion now, too. All right. Okay, that's a full-blown endorsement if I've ever seen one.
Vote like your life depends on it. Vote like your future depends on it, because it does.
All you can do is vote. So if I vote like my life doesn't depend on it, what does that mean? What if I vote like my life kinda depends on it? No. Oh, I have to vote like my life depends on it. So if I vote for Trump, but I don't vote like my life depends on it, we're still fucked. So I have to vote for Trump and have my life depend on it? How does that work? I mean, you just get to vote one way. And I live in California. So if I go vote for Trump, I'm basically wasting my time because I live in California. You know, that state you were just talking about, how it sucks and how you moved away. Yeah, I live there. So should I go vote or should I just sit here on my ass and complain? I should probably just sit here on my ass and complain because, as you mentioned, it's a blue state. So why? See? So I'm exempt. So he was talking to all of you guys, but not me. So I live in the liberal commie hellhole. See how that works? I'm having fun with this. All right, let's do a quick update on the numbers. Some time has passed since we checked. Drum roll. Oh, it's getting closer. Oh, shit. 230 to 187. 187 on the motherfucking cot. Tick tock, never the glock. Just some nuts in the cot. Rob the motherfuckers and I kill them blood clots. And I step through the fog and I creep through the smog. Cause I'm Snoop Doggy. 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 Whoa. All right. 230, 187, y'all. Oh, shit. It's way closer than I thought it was going to be. Just kidding. I knew it was going to be this close. I knew it was going to be down to the wire. It's like the NFL. They have to make all the games go down to the wire to keep you hooked and watching longer. As a ratings grabber, if Trump was the steamroll, everyone would just go to sleep and it would be over. So now they got people biting their nails, right? This is a ratings grabber right now. You got people who have to like go to work tomorrow who are like staying up. They're going to pull an all-nighter because of this shit. Speaking of the NFL, I noticed that they whipped out the magnetic gloves and they had like 5 doinks this last week. It's because the ratings dropped significantly over the last couple weeks because fans are tuning out. because the product has A, been garbage, and then B, once teams get beat like 6-7 times, their fans just stop watching and give up because they know they're not going to have a good season. And nobody wants to watch garbage football and watch your team get their ass kicked. So the NFL they're losing viewers and not doing as good as they did last season, from what I'm hearing. And so now they're whipping out the magnetic gloves and having players make these one-handed catches like in multiple games now. And now they're having like 5 doinks a week. I guess they think that that's going to like grab the ratings. And then they made sure to have the Chiefs Bucks game go into overtime. Right? Oh, Monday night game, the last game of the week. Let's have it go to overtime. And we'll make it look like the Chiefs might finally lose. But no, Chiefs come through like usual. We might get a similar result here, an overtime finish where the red team, the Chiefs, Donald Trump in this case, comes through. Here's the thing: if Kansas City runs the table into the playoffs, I would bet against them in the playoffs and then and fade them each week through the Super Bowl if I had to, because I feel like the money at that point will be so high, there'll be so much money on them to win the whole thing that they'll have to get upset. And my prediction is it's going to be anyone but Kansas City. I'm not going to make an actual Super Bowl matchup prediction. What I will do is say anyone but Kansas City. Not anyone, but you know what I mean. It'll be a different team besides Kansas City. No three-peat. All right. So we heard from Rogan and Elon. They are both hardcore Trump supporters. And of course, let me tell you something, brother. If you want to know the biggest Trumpomaniac in the whole world, look no further than the man with the biggest biceps in the entire universe. Because what you gonna do when Trumpomania runs wild on you? Now let's see someone who is a Harris supporter, a celebrity Harris supporter. Let's take a look at the other side. All right.
So remember, it's important. You can't complain if you don't participate. Anyway, so, and you know what? I know I never tell you, but I'm voting for Harris. That time the woman started taking over here. Remember, we're so lucky to vote. Some countries, you know? So remember, it's important. You can't complain if you don't participate. Anyway, so, and you know what? I know I never tell you, but I'm voting for Harris. That time the woman started taking over here.
Then I have the head exploding right here from Scanners. Not many people made it to the end of that short because nobody comments on the dude's head exploding at the end that I put in there for comedic effect. And it's like a 1.5 second clip here at the end where the dude's head explodes. This is from an old 80s movie. This is a classic, like, prop gore death here. And I stuck it in at the last second. Anyway, so funny thing about that was there were people like, who is that lady? And my answer to anyone who didn't know who that was, I would say, go watch the beginning of The Goonies. So I wouldn't even tell people who it was. I'd just be like, go watch the beginning of The Goonies. Not enough, and I'm in nothing more bad. See what you gonna do? Yes, I gotta do it against the #1, and girls wanna vote for Kamala Harris. Oh, girls wanna vote for Kamala. That's how it is. It's bad. Oh, girls just wanna vote for Kamala. Oh, girls just wanna vote for Kamala. There you go. Oh yeah, she just Cyndi Lauper is who it is. She just went out and did a comeback tour, or a farewell tour, excuse me. And let me tell you what, I watched a little bit of her performance. Girls Just Want to Have Fun. She can't sing her shit anymore. She can't sing it in the original key. My parody that I just did is better than how she sings. Not kidding. So I know she's old, and I know she is a he. She can't sing that song anymore. Ha ha. That's what you get, you sellout bitch. Your vocal cords have failed you, and you can't sing your own shit. Go look up any of the recent performances from Cyndi. She can't sing her own shit anymore. She sucks. Her performances are terrible. My parody version, literally closer to the correct key than what she can sing. Not even joking. I'm not even going to go show it because it's trash. But if you want to go look it up, go look up Girls Just Want to Have Fun Live 2024. And then come back and tell me, you're right. She can't sing her own songs. She sucks. I don't have a whole lot of respect for people who can't sing their own shit anymore at all, but then they get up there and butcher their own shit. All right. Like Vince Neil, exactly. Well, they got him using taped vocals now. Right? So Motley Crue now, like, they'll just have some taped vocal where they make him sound somewhat decent, and then he maybe sings like little bits, and then there's probably a dude in the background helping him sing too. My favorite band, they're smaller, you know, so if you go watch a BOC show, Blue Oyster Cult show, you're going to see a real rock and roll show where they don't use taped vocals, and they play real guitars and real instruments, and nobody's an invert. Somebody tried to say like, oh, every single rock and roller in the music industry is an invert. Like, that's not true. That's not true at all. Like, there's obvious inverts, you know, like go look at the band Poison. Yeah. And then go look at Blue Oyster Cult. Yeah, no one in Blue Oyster Cult looks like a chick or ever has looked like a chick. With the exception of that small stint when Rudy Sarzo was in the band. But that's the only exception. Now we're moving on. All right. What else did I have to show you guys? I had another video. Let me dig it up. Oh yeah. So here, this might be some I don't know, some foreshadowing into what could happen. So this guy, Metal Leo, he does these like clickbait videos where he goes to cities and he shows all the shut down businesses, and he says, oh, this business is shut down now. And he does these clickbait titles where he'll say like, every store is boarded up in Portland. every store, and then you click on it, and it's this one fucking building. But he does interview the guy who owns the building and is boarding up the building, and he's worried about if Trump wins that maybe there'll be a backlash and people might break his windows. But these clickbait videos, like every store is boarded up in Portland. Check it out.
These are all new boards. Maybe we can ask them what's going on. Look, it's like they're getting ready for something here.
All right, it's starting to lag on me. Let me knock down these pixels. So yeah, Portland is known as a liberal city.
Boarding up everything. This is all getting boarded up. Is there a storm coming?
Yeah, it's called the election day.
Oh, that's why.
Election day.
Things are gonna go south.
We don't know, but we're not taking chances.
Better be ready, huh?
So we're boarding up our buildings.
Oh, okay. How many?
Yeah, because these windows are $5,000-$6,000 a piece.
Each, huh?
Yeah, the big ones, you know. Yeah.
That's a good investment.
Yeah, they like to break them for fun when they're upset.
Yeah. See, these guys are basically just taking precautions, it sounds like, that just in case if Trump wins and there's some pissed off people, they don't want their windows to get broke. So, damn, $5,000 for a window being broke? Damn, dude. So yeah, if they were to break 10 of them motherfuckers, that would suck. I can see why he would spend a little time and money on boarding up his shit. If you're in like a hardcore liberal city and you own a business like that where somebody could smash theoretically 50 grand worth of windows or more, I could see putting some boards up. Rapture Ready says, how long you think before Trump gets ass all up in the nation? I would say if they're going to do the Trump dies scenario, they'll probably have to script it within like the first year during the honeymoon phase, because if they wait too long, then people will get tired of him. So by year 3, 4, even the people who voted for him are like, hey, he didn't fix the problems he said he was. See what I'm saying? So people start to get tired of whoever's in office after like by year 3, 4, no matter who it is, the approval rating starts to drop. So the honeymoon phase is that first year he's in office. Everyone will make excuses and think that he's gonna fix everything. So I would think that during the honeymoon phase, that first year would most likely be the time they would script that, if they are going to script that. But they might not. They might use him for 4 years to do their evil plans and keep the right wingers appeased while they tear down America. So they could find that it's more useful to keep him alive than to take him off the world stage. I mean, he's like the most popular guy in the world, basically. Famous and infamous. He's like basically the most recognizable man in the world. So it might behoove them to keep him around on the world stage. And then who knows, maybe all that Trump getting ass in the nation might be a nothing burger. But if it is going to happen, like I said, first year during the honeymoon phase, that would be my guess, because then all the right wingers who voted for him they'll come unglued. All right. So these guys are boarding up this building here.
Costs us too much money.
And so if Trump is to win,
That's good.
you might see in some of these major liberal cities a bunch of like hoodlums, we'll call them. Hoodlums of color, we'll call them. Damaging public property and, breaking windows of stores and looting places. So there's probably going to be, if Trump wins, this, fuck that motherfucker. He not my president. I'm going to go rob Walgreens, motherfucker, because I hate Trump. Yeah, I'm going to burn down CVS right now, motherfucker. I'm going to go to Target right now and steal some shit, bitch. Fuck Donald Trump. Like those types. And that's not a stereotype either. That's a real thing. Those people also exist. Right? So I do a Trump supporter. All them lefty liberals is going to probably burn down all them liberal hellholes, and that's fine by me. When Trump wins, all them stupid Democrats are going to burn down their own lefty liberal hellholes. That's going to be cool with me. See what I'm saying? I know how to do both these sides. And meanwhile, the guys that are burning down the buildings, if you interview them, they'll be like, yeah, this is how America really feels. This is how we really feel out here on the streets. We sick and tired of this Trump shit, man. We gonna fix America our way by stealing shit from Target, motherfucker. Burn this motherfucker down. That's how we feel. Yeah. And then you'll see these lefty liberal channels like Channel 5 with Andrew, formerly All Gas No Brakes. He'll interview these dudes burning down stores as if they're fucking heroes. Yeah, we burning down this store because we don't like Trump. Yeah. And Andrew from Channel 5 News will be there interviewing him. And people will be in the comments section like, Andrew from Channel 5 News is such a soldier. He's such a warrior. He's out there on the front lines. Meanwhile, I'm like, fuck all these loser-ass, fake-ass actors. If you destroy public property and steal shit, you know what? Then you're a degenerate piece of shit. You're not helping make society any better. And if you tie that in to politics like that justifies, then you're a worse piece of shit. If you're like, I'm poor and I have to survive, so I stole food, I actually am not, that doesn't bother me. But if you're like, fuck, I'm so mad about George Floyd, then I am justified by busting car windows. I'm going to bust every car window because I'm mad about George Floyd. Then fuck you. You know what I'm saying? If you're that type of person, yeah, you can fuck right off, in my opinion. And at the same time, if you're somebody like Trump's going to fix everything, Trump's going to make it, that type of person can fuck right off too. You know what? Fuck all the fucking fuckers. That's what I always say. Yep. Michael Hunt for Presidente. If I see a black man on TV getting choked by the police, I'm gonna go to Target and steal some shit, bitch. Okay. I saw a black man on TV getting harassed by the motherfucking police. So that means I'm gonna go to CVS and throw a motherfucking brick through the window and steal some shit. Because I'm mad. That'll show them. That'll fix the problem. Angry black guy. And you know what? People are like, dude, not all black people are like that. Yeah, but a lot of them are. Too many of them are. And I don't see white guys doing that exact same thing in the same amount of numbers. And me saying that is pointing out facts. I don't see a white dude go, yeah, I saw a policeman on TV harassing a motherfucker, so now I'm breaking shit. I don't see white guys doing that, and that's not racist that I'm pointing that out. Who does that? The Chinese guys do that? I saw a policeman on TV, and he was harassing a black man. Oh, fuck no, motherfucker. I'm gonna go break things right now. No, Chinese dude gonna go fuck shit up because he saw a guy on TV get harassed by police? No. Who does that? Those are the people who, if Trump wins, will get together and be mad and burn stuff and steal stuff. And their justification? Trump won, and we're mad. You got to have a good reason, right? We're not stealing just because we're degenerate pieces of shit, you know, who want stuff without working for it. No, no, no. It's because we're mad that a black guy got harassed by the police. Yeah, that's why. If there were just as many Mexicans and Chinese dudes and white dudes all doing that exact same thing, I wouldn't have a very good point to make, now would I? And nobody would agree that I'm dead on. Nobody would think it's funny if there were equal amount of other people doing that exact same thing. Am I right? And for those of you black men out there who have your shit together and you're not a fucking hoodlum who goes and steals shit and blames it on something you saw on television, welcome to an awesome audience. I embrace my woke, excuse me, use the wrong word. I embrace my awake black brothers. There's a difference. Woke is the wrong term. Awake, that's the one I meant to use. I embrace my awake black brothers. By awake, I mean ones who see through the bullshit. Ones who aren't going to vote for Kamala, who aren't going to vote for Trump, who know it's a waste of time, who don't go steal shit when they're angry and burn shit down when they're angry over something they saw on television. Yeah, those ones, those brothers are cool with me. But the ones who go like destroy shit because they saw something on TV that was scripted and fake and designed to piss them off, yeah, fuck those guys. All right, let's check in on the election results. Oh shit, Kamala's coming back! Oh no, she's coming back, y'all. 230 to 205. Shit's too close to call. You thought Trump had it locked up? Uh-oh. Looks like Harris is going to put this game into OT. Did you see how people with California plates are bringing boxes of who knows what inside Detroit Bureau of Elections building? Nah, I don't fall for none of that junk. So when the news tells you like, oh, well, we're suspecting there might be voter fraud over it, dude, the whole vote is a goddamn sham. So trying to like say, oh, in this one county, there's a bag of ballots that didn't get counted. It's like, shut up. The whole thing's a sham. It's like saying in the NFL, sometimes games are rigged when a player uses a deflated ball, or a referee will sometimes make a bad call. It's like, shut the fuck up. The whole game's fake and pretend, right? That's a perfect example. So what you're talking about, California bringing in boxes of, yeah, that's just, who cares? They already have Michigan scripted to be whatever it's going to be. So whatever you think that you saw is just some planted conspiracy bait to get the Trumpers to clamor on and on about. It's a big, fake, phony, pretend show, and you ain't part of it. Exactly. If your vote mattered, they wouldn't let you do it. Here's the thing. You think they're going to let an emotional woman who just wants to see a woman be president because there hasn't been one before, so she's voting because out of emotion. You think they're going to let emotional women like decide the future and make like an impact, like a huge difference in the world with their vote based on total fucking emotion? Yeah, right. You think men are going to allow women who are emotional and want a women president to just like win the whole thing based on their fucking emotional vote? Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? So of course the whole thing's controlled, manipulated. They give you the illusion that everyone has an equal vote. No, they don't. Nobody's vote counts. Like, go vote for who you want to be in the Super Bowl, and the NFL will decide who to put there based on their own decisions and how much money has been bet. So your vote wouldn't matter. You'd be like, I vote for Kansas City to play the Lions. Like, yeah, well, your vote doesn't fucking count because you don't hold any cards. They're going to do what they want to do. So in this case, they give you the illusion of choice. Like, I live in one of those swing states, so I know my vote counted. I made a difference. I helped Trump win because I was in one of those swing states, and it probably came down to my vote, and they were like, this totally equal, and we're down to the last vote. Jacob votes for Trump. That's the one that decided it was my vote. That's what they want you to think, is that it's going to come down to you. You're going to be the one that swings. NFL fanboys still showing up telling me I've never played football. It's their favorite excuse. You've obviously never played football before. Like, I'll show a play where 5 dudes miss a tackle and dive on their face. And I'll be like, look at all these motherfuckers pretending to try and tackle. You've obviously never played football before. You're supposed to dive and land on your face like it's Tecmo Bowl. If you'd played football before, you would know that. Shady DVD also telling people to hit the thumbs up. Hey, we've been at it for almost 2 hours, and we got a good audience watching, 464 on my end. That's pretty good. Do me the favor of hitting the thumbs up. It does make a difference. YouTube seems to promote my streams more so if they have tons of thumbs up. So let's go ahead and do a thumbs up drive right now. Everybody who's here in chat right now, take that quick 2 seconds to hit the thumbs up for your boy. I'd really appreciate it. It will give me an Al Gore rhythm stroke. We know that Al Gore likes to give rhythm strokes. And so in order for us to get Al Gore to stroke this rhythm, we're going to need to hit the thumbs up. Hitting lots of thumbs up is the equivalent to making YouTube jizz. So in order to make YouTube get off and jizz a load in the form of an Al Gore rhythm bump, what the fuck am I talking about? I don't know. Just hit the thumbs up. Just hit the thumbs up, man. If you've had a good time so far, do me the honor of hitting the thumbs up. Let me see if I had any more video clips to show you. All right. Let's take a live look at the election results live page. We'll see how many viewers they have right now. We'll see what they're showing. Okay, this is worth a look. So here's the live results page. Associated Press, 3.33 million subscribers, 240 million, or not million, 240,000 people watching right now. Almost 241,000 watching, compared to my 450. They have 241,000. Gotta love it. 3.33 million subs, of course. Look at this chat over here. Holy crap. Imagine donating your money to the Associated Press. Like, imagine sending a super chat to the Associated Press. I love Donald Trump. Take my money. I can hear That Girl Is Poison being played at one of these rallies. There you go, y'all. Still people around the West Coast staying up all night for this. Let's check in on the official numbers again. Drum roll. 230 to 205. Let me refresh the screen. Yeah. Tom, I was talking to someone else. I was like, thought you were talking to me. Like, don't tell me I voted if I just told you I never voted. He's talking to someone else. All right. Shady says, let's get over 400 likes for Jake. Yeah, good idea. I don't know how many there is right now, but however many there is, get over 400 for Jake. Do it. TJL81 says, our orange poppy is going to save the world. Of course he is. He's going to literally fix everything that's wrong. And best of all, he's going to take the food knob and the gas knob, and he's going to turn them down. So the price of gas and the price of food is up because Joe Biden. So when Trump comes back, since he's Trump, he's going to turn the food cost knob down, and he's going to turn the gas cost knob down and fix that. So gas is going to instantly be cheaper, and food will instantly be cheaper because Trump loves you. Joe Biden hates you. That's why food and gas are so high. So that's one of the things that Trump's going to fix right away, because he's the orange poppy boss. He's going to turn those food and gas cost knobs down. Saint Hicks coming through with a donation, no message attached, but thank you for the donation, Saint Hicks. I appreciate it, buddy. Effortless says Arabs own Mexico. Some of the NFL quarterbacks kind of look like Middle Eastern dudes, like Jordan Love, Bryce Young. Some of these guys like look more Middle Eastern than they do black. You know what I'm saying? I almost think that like they're sneaking some Middle Eastern dudes in the NFL and then claiming that they're black. I could be wrong on that. But I was thinking the other day, I'm like, man, some of these quarterbacks are looking a little more Middle Eastern. El Lechero 91 says, I voted for Diddy. Free baby oil for everyone.
Frankly, I find that very disgusting. I was invited to Diddy's parties, and I never attended. I heard about the freaky, deaky, oily stuff that was going on, and that's just not how I roll. I am a man of honor and integrity. Excuse me, I am late for a publicity stunt at McDonald's. I need a fry boy to show me how to make McDonald's fries. I'm going to be promoting poison to all of America. I got better things to do than hang out at Diddy's parties getting freaky deaky with baby oil.
Right? I like to overemphasize the Trumpisms, if you will, so that my Trump impression, like you know who it is, but it's like it's overdone on purpose to like add comedic flair. Colin P coming in with a very, very generous donation says, hey, Jake, I haven't seen you in a while, but this bullshit almost stopped me again. But I'm here in support, brother. I'm just fucking angry I never get your lives anymore. Well, I go live randomly and I'll post like maybe 2 hours beforehand, like in my community section that I'm going to go live. And then I'll post like a Facebook post or something. So there's very little advance warning that I'm going to go live. And so one of the things I'm planning on doing, and I need to just make myself do it, is pick like a day, maybe even 2 days where I stream every single week and just hold myself to it. So I'm thinking Wednesday night would be a good one, which would be tomorrow, but starting next Wednesday, we'll say, because on Wednesday night, I'm not competing against any NFL games. And it shows that there's a chunk of my audience that's here from like noon until 6 p.m. So if I started it, like earlier on in the afternoon and did a stream into the evening on Wednesday nights, like every Wednesday, then people couldn't make an excuse that they don't know when I'm going to be on or that they miss. So if you knew I was going to be on every Wednesday, would more of you show up? And then I thought, okay, then there's going to be people who are going to be working or they won't like if I only do Wednesday. So then I'm like, okay, then I'm going to have to do Wednesday and Saturday, like Wednesday night, Saturday early in the day. But then that puts me on a 2 stream a week schedule. And I'm not a man who really digs schedules. But I know for the betterment of the channel and to increase viewership and let more of you see my streams regularly, if I had a set schedule, more of you would regularly watch, of course. So one of the things I like to do, with this job is just work whenever I feel like it. And if something randomly comes up, I'll stream. And if I feel like it, I stream. And if I don't, I don't. But if I was to have, let's say, every single Wednesday, I'm streaming at a certain time, it would be nice to have a couple hundred of you here each week, like waiting on me each week, like before I even start, because you know that it's Wednesday Jake night or whatever. So I'm thinking Wednesday night would probably be one, and then maybe like every other weekend, or maybe like a daytime stream like on Saturday, so that way people in Europe can see me. So I'll try and figure out a stream schedule because I enjoy the streams. And honestly, I make more money streaming than I do on anything else. So why don't I stream more? And one of the reasons I don't want to overstream is I don't want to have you guys get sick of the streams and be like, yeah, he streams all the time, so now it's not as cool. So part of the reason why I like to do only one a week or so is to keep interest high in the streams. So trying to find a happy medium, like one a week, two a week, I'll have to figure it out. Thank you very much, though, Colin, for the very generous donation. Yeah, maybe I can do like once a week, like every Wednesday, but then like every other Saturday or something like that. And then still, if something comes up, I can still do a random stream. So, you know, if there's an ass in the nation attempt on Frump again, you know, and it's breaking news, then of course I can just go live whenever. So, or if let's say like high profile quarterback, you know, like Pat Mahomes goes down with a fake injury, then yeah, I could go live like, you know, within minutes of hearing the news. So I can still do random streams, but I do want to have a set schedule at least once a week just to see if viewership increases, if people enjoy that, like it better. Anyway, Kevin Arnold from Wonder Years, just kidding, says nothing, just sends a donation. So thank you for your donation, Kevin. I appreciate that, buddy. Let's check the live up-to-date results. We're at 230 to 209 still. No change since the last time we checked. Davey D says, Holt Tua running wild, brother. Also, come check out my little channel, peeps. Thanks for putting in this work. So Davey D has been testing out his comedy videos. Oh, that's a weird way of saying it. He's been posting comedy content. That's what I should say. And I've seen a few of the videos, bro. And you're going the extra mile as far as dressing up and playing the part. I would say what you need to work on is try and dial in your impressions a little more, like spend like half an hour just watching Hulk and just watching Trump. So if you're going to do an impression of those guys, spend some time just watching them and try and get your vocal to match what they're saying. Like if you sit and watch it, listen to them say a sentence and then repeat that sentence, and listen to them say the next sentence and then repeat that sentence. So I've used that to try and refine my impressions a little bit. So I would recommend, if you're going to go that extra mile and dress up like Hulk, then you need to have a really good impression to go along with it. And so spend that extra hour dialing in your impression. Like anything, practice makes perfect. St. Hicks with a donation says, somebody put their college tuition on Harris to win the election. The slowest shit you've ever seen. Well, it might be a good bet if she comes back and wins, you know? It might be like fading the public. So there's some people that said that so much money's been bet on Trump that they expect Kamala to win. Like, holy shit, you think that there's enough money being bet on this election that they're going to like rig it just because of the money being bet? Like that's something the NFL does, or all the sports leagues do. So it's funny to think of it from a betting perspective. Like, oh, I'm going to fade the public. My money's on Kamala. That's weird. Yeah, I would never bet money on an election. I'm done betting money on the NFL because I just can't fucking win. They're getting too damn good at tricking me and tricking everyone. They're getting good at like letting the public win one week, letting the sharps win the next week, having it be a mixed bag the next week. So you just can't really figure out week to week what the hell the NFL is going to do. So politics is probably going to be similar to that. They'll leave us guessing down to the wire. Andaka Vamadafaka, and forgive me if I butchered that, says, good morning, who's winning? Europe morning here. Well, good morning from California. Right now, as you can see on screen, Trump has 230 electoral votes to Kamala's 210. You have to get 270 to win. Broseph Broman says, keep on keeping on, Jake. Broseph Broman, for you, and because of your super chat, I shall keep on keeping on. Till I break my schlong. I'm going to keep on keeping on till I break my schlong at the break of dawn. Jones Bong 100 says, bet the Atlanta Falcons to win the Super Bowl. You really think they're going to let Cousins have a ring? I mean, I think that would be good for the city of Atlanta because the Falcons have went to the Super Bowl twice and they lost both of them. And that last one against Brady that they lost was an absolute gut buster. So, you know, those fans have definitely had their fair share of heartache. But I don't know if they're going to put a ring on Cousins. I don't know if the Falcons are the type of team that moves the needle enough to be in the Super Bowl. But them being in the NFC Championship and knocking off a team like the Niners or somebody in order to get there, that could be something that I could see happening. I could see the Falcons being a team that pulls a big upset. So I'm guessing a team like the Commanders, they're going to make the playoffs in order to save that market. And then they'll have the Commanders get wiped out in the first round. So I think a team like the Falcons would probably get the farthest they'll get, NFC Championship, and then they'll lose. They won't. I don't think they'd put them in the Super Bowl. Not this season. I just don't think so. But like I said, a trip to the NFC Championship, that's pretty close to the Super Bowl. That I could see. Colin coming through with another generous donation says, love Jake, man. My question is, do you think there will be riots, whoever wins? Oh, I was going over that a little earlier, maybe half an hour ago. I was showing how that business owner in Portland was boarding up his windows in anticipation for riots. And so he was anticipating that if Trump wins and people are angry, that they might go into downtown Portland and start, breaking windows and destroying shit, stealing shit. So he was boarding up the windows of his businesses in Portland. So at least that business was anticipating the riots. So earlier I did an impression of an angry black man rioting if Trump wins. So yeah, I would say that there's a strong possibility that there will be controlled, scripted destruction in the major liberal cities on the West Coast, especially, and then places like New York City, even. So New York City and liberal places over on the West Coast, San Francisco, let's say, Los Angeles, Portland, Seattle. I would guess there'll be scripted destruction of property. So I don't think it's going to be organic, homegrown angry black men getting together and destroying property. I think it's going to be more like the hired thugs. So thugs that are bussed in to a certain area and then given bricks and given orders to go after certain businesses. I think that's more how it's done. So I don't think that the destruction of property is all organic. I think that we've seen in the past examples of bricks being set up in front of certain businesses and areas, and then hoodlums being bussed in to certain areas. So if they do that sort of thing, they, you know, have certain hoodlums in certain areas of these liberal cities loot and tear down certain businesses, that to me makes perfect sense. So something like that, I would say, is to be expected if Trump wins. Antifa types. Yeah, definitely go back and rewatch the beginning of the stream, and then before you came in, like probably just before you came in, not long ago, I went over all that and showed how the guy was boarding up his business in Portland. And then I did an impression of typical angry black guys who destroy shit when they see something on TV that they don't like. All right. Refresh the screen, see if anything's changed. Nope. Yams Ship of Curses says, I'm ready for communism. Jeffrey Dahmer says, let's go thugs. The score's literally on the screen. All right, let me play a quick little song that someone made for me. You guys can tell me what you think. I like it. I think it's a winner, but I'm going to play it for you guys. So someone used AI, and they put their own original lyrics into, I think it's the Suno AI music maker, song maker. And a guy created an AI song about me with lyrics about me. And it came out pretty damn good. Only sad thing is like AI is getting so good that like it basically takes away, you know, the want and the will to make music the old-fashioned way. If you can quickly make something that's catchy and sounds good with AI that takes, you know, a minute versus like, oh, actually assembling a band and recording this, yeah. AI, of course, is going to just destroy live music and live performances. But it is a pretty cool song. So let me pull it up. And it's done in the style of like Sinatra, crooner, I guess they call it. So credit going to the channel Deadbeat. And this is Tony Jabroni and DeLove Muscles, Jake Rocks.
You don't seem to see the scamming. Why you think it's called programming? What you're viewing is hypnotizing you. Very few who talk about it, many never think to doubt it. but I know this one really gnarly do. Doesn't sugarcoat weak bullshit or shake a finger from some pulpit, wishing you would all fuck off and die. What's with all the hullabaloo? You know I know what you should do. That's give up the fake and give Jake a try. God bless Jake the asshole for helping folks to see, for bringing joy through joke and song and exposing fuckery. He's just what the world needs now, showing when they lie and how, saving all the slaves from misery. Misery. Oh, Jake the asshole rocks eternally. He's saving all the slaves from misery. Yeah, Jake the asshole rocks eternally.
Holy shit, dude. AI is too fucking good. You guys, how can anyone compete with AI at this point? Like, if I was to try and do that, like with humans, you know how long that would take? And it wouldn't have came out that good. Fuck. So as much as I like it, fuck, AI is too good. Holy shit. Like, there's no reason to be a musician anymore because AI does all the work. Whoa. Shit. I'd like to tell you that I worked real hard on that, but some other guy put those lyrics into an AI program and it spit that out. And then he fucking posted it, and it was literally, I was searching for somebody talking shit about me because I was told somebody's talking shit about me. So I did a search for myself, and I found that song, and it had just been posted like 10 minutes prior to me finding it organically, searching for people talking shit about me. So I tell him in the comments that I like it and that I'll show it and that I can even use it maybe in some videos. And then he goes to my channel and he's like, Jake, I wrote you a song. Will you check it out and will you use it? I'm like, dude, I already went to your channel and I already watched it and I already told you I liked it and I already want to use it. So it was so weird. Like within 10 minutes of the song being posted, I like found it. Like, but yeah, AI. Holy shit, dude. There's just no way I could have done that myself. DCE64 says, Jake, please make a natural song about Gottes. Here's one right here, but it's a parody. It goes, Gottes tried to kill his own son. He hired a hitman to attack LUNAR. Now, Gottes, can't you see? You're gonna pay dearly. I know this might sound wrong, but Gottes tried to kill his son. Gottes tried to kill his infant son. Gottes tried to kill his infant son. There you go. Stacy's mom remixed into Gottes tried to kill his son. For those of you who know who Gottes is, you like that. For those of you who don't know, you're like, that was weird. Ben A says, Gottes, and Bell Marina need jail. Yes, they need to be caught ASAP. Gottes is now showing off his little daughter, basically like showing us like, look what I have. You can't catch me. And if you try to catch me, look who I have hostage. So now he's showing off his daughter. And we all know that he advocates for sleeping with your own family, sleeping with your own children. So whenever you see him showing off his baby daughter, you always have to think in your mind like, ugh, What has he already done to that poor child? And what is he going to do to that poor child? It's pretty sick. Dustin Dunaway says, Jake, where are you going next to gamble? Love your tips, how you make that money. Well, I live in the Sacramento area, so I go to my regular casino is Thunder Valley, but I don't go that often. So I only go like once or twice a week. There's a shitload of AP players, so I'm always bumping into the other AP players. And so I only like to go on certain times when I feel like I can actually find some advantages and make money. So the only gambling I like to do is advantage play, and advantage play is walking and checking machines and waiting until you find an advantage and a machine in an advantageous state, and then playing that advantage. So it just comes down to how much you want to walk and how much time you want to spend doing it. And there's some days you can put a whole day into it and not make anything or even lose. But the days where you win outnumber the days you lose. So if you're good and you know all the machines and how they work, and you're willing to walk around and check, and you have enough casinos nearby or a big enough casino nearby, you can make money playing slots if you know what you're doing. But you got to put in the time and effort to learn, and then the time and effort to check the damn machines. So just depends on if you're that guy or not. And I don't want to walk and spoon feed every single person here how to be a pro slot player. I've put the information out there. I've shown some tips. It comes down to whether you want it bad enough. If you want to be a pro slot player, look up advantage play videos. Watch every advantage play video you can find. Go out there, play the games, learn how to use them. And before you know it, you'll be winning. And you'll be walking your ass off like a Chinese guy. DCE says, Goatus tried to kill his own son, a top 10 hit. Rapture Ready says, if Trump wins, you owe me a Hello Kitty coffee maker. Ah, yes, you remember one of my bad date stories. For those of you who don't know, and I don't want to go back and retell the whole damn story, but basically, in a nutshell, I took a cute girl on a date one time, and then we walked around in a Target next to the restaurant that we ate at, and then she wanted me to buy her these couple bargain clothing items, and I did, and she tried them on, and she looked good. And then the next time we went out to eat, we were at a restaurant near the mall, and then after we ate, we walked around inside the mall, and then she decided she wanted me to buy her a Hello Kitty coffee maker for $70. And I had just bought dinner, and this was only our second date, and we hadn't done anything physical yet, and she wanted me to buy her a Hello Kitty coffee maker. And when I told her no, she flipped out, and that was the end of the date, and then never talked to her ever again. She was disgusted with me when I told her no, that I wasn't going to buy her a Hello Kitty coffee maker. So there's a long kind of story that goes with it, but that's it in a nutshell. That's what he's referring to, if anyone wants to know. Some damn money grubber thought that she was going to get a $70 Hello Kitty coffee maker out of me on a second date. Without having blown my mind sexually beforehand. Had she blown my mind sexually beforehand, and she was like, look, I really need this Hello Kitty coffee maker, and I know it's stupid, but I promise I'll give you head whenever you want it for the rest of your life. I'd be like, okay, Hello Kitty coffee maker it is. But she didn't make me that offer. She just expected it. Can you believe that? I knew I was going to get some laughs the way I slipped that little joke in there. I knew you guys were going to like that one. Indeed. Hello Kitty before the Hello Kitty, if you know what I'm saying, boo-boo. Yep. People laughing at the Jake stream. Seeing a string of laughing emojis means I'm doing my job. All right, let's check the score. Drum roll. Still 230 to 210. I think did Kamala go up a little bit? I can't remember if that was the same amount she had last time or not. But anyway, 230 to 210. Oh shit! It's gonna come down to Nevada. The thing about Nevada is like most all the population is Las Vegas and surrounding area, and then Reno is only like 400,000 people, and then that's it. So the rest of Nevada is desolate, nothing. So Nevada is basically two cities, and Las Vegas is the only major city. So it might come down to like Nevada deciding this. I don't know. And then you never know if one of these light blue or light red ones is going to flip flop, because that happened last year where one of these light blue ones, or excuse me, one of the light red ones flipped to blue. So you never can tell. Yeah, Henderson is Vegas. I call all that surrounding area Las Vegas, personally. They're just basically making Vegas grow. Yeah.
I've been trying to tell people for years, and not enough people are listening, that the Chinese drones are going to manipulate the vote. They're going to swing the vote for Kamala. And that's when you're going to see total anarchy and communism take over, like I've been trying to say for years. The Chinese drones can manipulate the vote undetected. They can make it appear as if you and I personally voted for Kamala. Now, I know for a fact I did not vote for Camel Toe, but the Chinese drones probably forged my signature. They probably showed a fake real ID, and they were probably able to vote on my behalf for Kamala. At any rate, please like, share, and subscribe, or don't. I'm out. At any rate, the Chinese groans. The Chinese drones shall digress. Folks, I cannot stress the level of importance here. You heard Elon Musk talking to Joe Rogan. These are both good buddies of mine. And I agree with their sentiments exactly. What we're facing here, America, is the end of democracy as we know it. Do you really want to kiss democracy goodbye? If democracy was to go bye-bye, that's going to make me cry. Do you know what happens? If democracy goes bye-bye, you're going to see Alex Jones cry. You want me to cry right now? I'll do it. I'll show all you damn lefty liberal democrats what it's like to see me cry. If Trump loses this damn election, I'm going to cry tears. Tears of a clown. Boo! Boo! This is what it's going to look like. Boo! Boo! Hoo! Higgity! Hoo! Oh! And wow! So goddamn freaking angry at these lefty liberal democrats. You know what I'm going to do? If Kamala wins this election, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to eat my neighbor's ass. I'm going to cut my neighbor's ass off like some rump roast. And then I'm going to saute it up with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. I'm going to feed my neighbor's ass to my daughters. My daughters will not go hungry in this lefty liberal communism hellhole. There you go. That's like a slightly overdone Alex Jones. Like, that's pretty much how Alex Jones is, but like 10% overdone. That's my 10% over exaggerated Alex Jones impression. Not 15%. 10. Trumpomaniacs. Refresh the screen. Yep. What a nail biter, y'all. Shaquille Oatmeal, which that's a great name and an even better profile pic. That's Shaq on the Quaker Oats box. Dude, such a great name and profile pic. That's what I should have named my channel. Anyway, WWE at its finest. Well, yeah, Trump is a pro wrestler in the WWE Hall of Fame, and he's endorsed by arguably the most famous wrestler of all time, the Hulkster. I mean, WWE and politics are literally the same thing. Funny because, like, 20 years ago, if you were to say, like, that pro wrestling and politics are the same, people would be like, get out your tinfoil hat! Some of them will still say that, but it's a lot more obvious now when you can point to Hulk Hogan endorsing Trump and be like, see? I wasn't wearing a tinfoil hat. I wasn't a crazy conspiracy cuckoo. I was just literally telling you the truth. All right. Rose Bell says, maybe women aren't ready to be presidents. I feel like we might never see a woman president. That might be one of those things where it's just like they dangle the woman in front of you and then they lose. Who knows? But we do know that last time Trump did win, that he went to Israel, put on a little hat, and then touched the wall. Trump put on his yarmulke, and then he celebrate Hanukkah, and he goes to Jerusalem, and he touches the little wallaka while he wears his freaking hataka, touching the wallaka, because he loves to celebrate the Hanukkah. People are like, no, he didn't. Yes, he did. Trump put on a little hat, went to Israel, and touched the wall. This is a fact. I've shown it on my channel over and over again. But people forget about that, just like they forget that he endorsed the Jabberoonie, the Jabbalabba Ding Dong. They forget that too.
So smoke your marijuana and drink your gin Tanaka, because you love to celebrate Hanukkah. Remember that? Adam Sandler did his big Jew song. And back then, we all thought it was funny. Now it's cringy. Stop looking at me, Swan! I felt the need to compulsively do that. All right. Let me tell you something right now, people. It's a dumb shit to please the masses. Let me tell you right now. Kamala is a man, people. Need to wake your ass up right now. She got the man hands. Look at that face. There's no woman who look like that face. Got the damn man hands. Donald Trump is an animatronic robot, people. Let me tell you right now. I'm gonna hit you with a bam. I'm gone. Let's see if I have any more video clips to show you guys. Put on your yarmulke. Trumpy celebrates Hanukkah when he goes to Jerusalem, Allah, and he touches the freaking Wallaka. No, I basically showed you all my video clips. Yeah, that was pretty much all I had for you. It was the Elon Musk stuff and the Rogan stuff and Trump stuff. So I don't know how long this is going to take. I don't know if this is going to be, if the map's going to be stuck like this for several hours or what. So from what I hear, sometimes this drags on like early into the morning. So I don't buy crater Earth theory. So basically, I just go with what I can see and experience, and I experience a flat, motionless plane, not spinning in outer space, not globular, and anything, any extra lands that we don't know about. I couldn't tell you what size they are, what direction they are. So anything outside of the maps we've been shown is just a big mystery. So how big this realm is, how far it goes, what shape is it in its entirety, what does the actual real map look like? Those things I can't tell you. But what I have looked into with crater Earth theory, like where there's other craters and ponds and stuff, it doesn't jive with me. I don't really buy into that theory. If anything, I think there is not an ice wall surrounding Earth, and there's extra land masses being kept away from us. And Earth is bigger than what we're told, and we're being barnyarded into a certain area, or have been barnyarded into a certain area for many years, I should say. Does America see 2055? You know, they could tear down what we know as America, and then, you know, a number of things. Split the country up, you know, into like, you know, Texas could become its own country, and then they could have, you know, the Western liberal states all band together. Who knows? So they could do a number of different things to tear down what we know as America. So I couldn't tell you how far along in their plan they'll be by 2055. So it's a possibility. I'll give you that. So I'm not going to say for sure yes or for sure no. Me and Q and Fee did a stream together last year where we brought up him and Vibe of Cosmo, and we both showed that the production value seems to be too good, and then the ideas are so off the wall and different from anywhere else. It makes you wonder like where it's coming from, and he never provided any proof as far as like sunrise, sunset angles, like observable data. So the big thing with myself and Q and Fee is we like to use observable data, like where the sun's actually going to rise, where the position of the moon actually is. And so when you look at, Vibe of Cosmos or God Gev Lamasti, they show you these models, but they don't give you the actual mechanics of the sun and moon on these models. And so it's like they sell you on a rabbit hole that you go down, and it's interesting and it's entertaining, but is it truth? I don't think so. So I think God Give Lamasti is like one of those rabbit holes into bullshit. And I think Vibe of Cosmo is a bit of the same. Who is Vibe of Cosmo, the moon map guy? Who is it? Is it Ronald McDonald? We don't know. Is it Obama? Is it fake dead Bob Nodell? We don't know who runs the Vibe of Cosmo channel. And the Vibe of Cosmo channel, they make, certain areas of the moon green, certain areas of the moon blue. And he kind of picks and chooses which areas he wants to make green and blue in some cases. And a lot of those land masses are funky shapes that don't quite look like any of our maps. And so I don't fully trust the moon map shit either. So when it comes to stuff like that where they're not using observable data on their models, then I just kind of look at it like some bullshit rabbit hole. And God Give Lamasti, he has the same sort of monotone, put you in a trance way of speaking. And Earth, you live in a crater. And NASA uses the space shuttle not to go to outer space, but to leave Earth's crater. That is why you see a space shuttle fly like an airplane to leave the Earth's crater. See, like he talks like that, almost like he's talking like Eric Dubay when he tells you that the most important thing in the world is that you learn that the Earth is flat. Samuel Rowbotham once said that the Earth is flat, and that it... So you see what I'm saying? That like this sort of put you in a trance, monotone, read my script shit, that's indicative of government shills. Real dudes like me don't put you in a trance like that, and don't read scripts like that, because I'm a real dude, and I use observable data. And I don't lead people down fucking rabbit holes. I try real hard not to lead anybody down any incorrect paths. If I tell you I think Joe Biden's been replaced, that's what I really actually think. If I tell you the NFL is pretend football, that's what I really actually think. And so I don't lead people on these like speculation rides, where, let's pretend there's this extra landmass called the Lumeria over here next to Australia, and none of us have ever found it. And you got to take a space shuttle to go to the next crater to find it. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to fucking lead you down rabbit holes like that. I'm not going to tell you there's all these worlds beyond the ice wall, and here's what they look like. No. All right. Yeah, the problem is people are basing their beliefs on what certain YouTube channels say without doing any of their own research. And so we see a lot of people nowadays, they'll go over to Russian Vids page, RV, and listen to whatever he says as if it's gospel without doing any of their own fucking research on their own. So he can put up a hit piece video about me where he says that the sun shrinks in a dot when it sets at the equator. And then you can literally go look 20 videos of the sun setting at the equator, and none of them show a sun shrinking. In fact, they show the exact opposite. So you can debunk a guy like Russian Vids in 2 seconds, but his audience is too stupid to go take the 2 seconds to look up anything he says. So you'll have like a long-time supposed truther, Russian Vids, RV Truth, They Live Truth, whatever you want to call them, just straight up lying to people and putting up disinformation. And people in the comments section are praising him who are too stupid to even take 2-3 seconds to just check and see if what he said is true. So yeah, do your own research. If you don't think anything I'm talking about is true, go behind me and do your own research. If you think anything I've said sounds questionable, or you just want to see, for yourself and do a further investigation, I hope you do. I tell people, go back and check anything I've ever said and do your own investigation, and you'll probably come to the same conclusion that I was right. Adrian Preston says the selection is so stupid and a scam. They're all friends behind the scene or behind the curtain anyways. Who wants these corrupt government in power anyways? Oh yeah, they keep in the masses, or oh yeah, the sleeping masses. Keep up the great work, Jake. Peace. Thanks, Adrian Preston, for the super chat. I appreciate that. It's almost like I knew what you were going to say, and I almost started to like say it myself in my own words, because it's almost like that's something I've already said. Yeah, it's a big scam. It's stupid. They're friends behind the curtains. You can go see the picture of Donald Trump, and the Clintons smiling, mucking it up together. Living Humbly says, I guess the Simpsons can't get everything right. There is some disinformation. There's a picture of Donald Trump dead in a coffin, but it's like a Simpsons cartoon. It isn't a real Simpsons episode. So it's just a still shot, and it's fake. So there were people that said after the attempt on Trump in Pennsylvania that said, oh, the Simpsons predicted it. And that's disinformation, because there never was a Simpsons episode where Trump is dead. I went and tried to find the episode so that I could see the clip and match up the picture, and there isn't one. And so I found evidence that it's just a fake picture of Trump Simpsons style in a coffin, but that never was an actual episode. So don't find yourself repeating disinformation like Simpsons predicted it, because sometimes there's this disinformation that gets out there and people just repeat it by the millions. And so I had to correct somebody back when he got shot in his ear. They were like, the Simpsons predicted this. I was like, no, they didn't. The Simpsons didn't predict that. Thank you very much, Living Humbly, for your donation. I appreciate that. Colin P says, I just wanted to say hi, love your channel, gave my donations, you are a real human. Dude, I'm the realest dude on here. I'm the real deal, not Evander Holyfield. Yeah, I'm a legit dude. Q and Fee is a legit dude. My mods are legit people. Scythe, one of my mods who also has a small channel. He's a legit dude. I pretty much, I like to surround myself with real people, and if I get a shilly vibe from anyone, I'll call them out. I will. It's like Colin sent me another super chat. Colin, very, very generous tonight, brother. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. 3 very generous donations coming in tonight. These type of donations, they go a long way, and it helps keep me afloat, helps me continue to do this and do what I do for a living. I have said many times I have the best audience, and this is proof. I have the best audience on YouTube. Very supportive. I don't beg you guys for this money. I don't guilt trip you into making these donations. So when you make them, from the bottom of my heart, I deeply, sincerely appreciate it. Thank you very much, Colin P. And to everyone who donated tonight, no matter how big or small. Not everyone can afford to donate like Colin. And so if all you can afford is, a $5 or $2 or whatever, I appreciate each and all of them. And if you can't afford to send a super chat, well, I appreciate you being here and participating in the chat regardless. Jake, who won? Well, you're looking at the screen. You're literally looking at the scoreboard, 230 to 210, and you have to have 270 to win. So Trump needs 40 more electoral votes. Kamala needs 60 electoral votes. The guy says it's, ooh, there it is. Right when this guy said it's 246, I was like, how come they're not updating it? This is supposed to be like right up to the minute. And then it updated right after he said that. Okay. $246 to 210. Trump's getting closer. Looks like I might have missed some super chats. That happens. And I appreciate when people remind me. Oh, I miss OJ's super chat. It says, I just can't wait for the political ads to go away. Yeah, I'm about sick of it. Seeing Trump like dominating the news every day. Trump's in a garbage truck. Trump's at McDonald's. Trump's getting indicted. Trump's everywhere all the time. Everyone loves him, and the deep state hates him. He's going to fix everything. Just everywhere. God, it's like, okay, win the damn thing and shut up already. Totally agree. Main events. Is anyone else getting those random text messages to vote earlier? Dark transhumanist says, I withdraw my consent. Wolf says, Second Amendment, the key prize. Jack Ryan says he's going to fix all the problems. According to the Trumpomaniacs, the Trumpites, the true Trumpsters, he's literally going to fix everything. I know the first thing he's going to turn the food knob and the gas knob down. So the price of food and the price of gas is up right now because Joe Biden. So when Trump gets in the office, he's going to turn the food price knob and the gas knob down because he loves all of us.
First thing I do when I get into the Oval Office, I'm going to turn down the cost of your food. I'm going to turn the little knobby knob. And then I'm going to turn down the cost of gas. And the reason is I want the American economy to thrive. I want you to be able to go wherever you want to go. And I want to make it affordable for all Americans. I'm going to turn the gas knob down for you. Joe Biden, while he was in office, quite frankly, he did a terrible job. He turned the gas knob up to 11. He turned the gas knob up to 11. And I'm going to turn it back down. I'm going to turn the gas knob down for you. I'm going to turn the cost of food knob down for you. That way, when you go to Costco, you're going to get more food. You're going to get more bang for your buck. And then, of course, the cherry on top. I'm going to implement Trumptricity into all your lovely homes. We're going to save billions and 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 millions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions in China and billions in China and billions.
Justin Harris says, oh, okay. I didn't know that was a thing.
You didn't know that Trumptricity was a thing? Well, you're going to know. Because when I walk back into my Oval Office, I'm going to pick Joe Biden up by his scruffy little neck. I'm going to look him in his beady little eyes, and I'm going to say, Joe, you're fired. Get the hell out of my office. I'm going to toss his ass out on the streets of Washington, D.C., and I'm going to let all the hoodlums of color have their way with Creepy Joe. Then the second thing I'm going to do, implement Trumptricity into all your homes. And Justin Harris here, who didn't know that that was a thing, he's going to become well aware of the greatest president that there ever was, implementing the greatest solution to electricity that you'll ever hear in the history of the universe.
I can go on. Oh God, this guy Rumble Rule, who acts like if I don't read all his messages that I'm ignoring him personally. Bro, there's over 400 people here. And there's people who are donating, so sometimes messages slip past, man. It's not like do you realize if I was to post each person's thing that would take up the entire stream like nonstop, just thousands of comments? People who only have 20, 30 people in the audience watching, they can let every single person say their thing and it not bog down their stream. But once you have like over 200 watching, then you get into like 400 and 500. Yeah, you can't click every single person's thing and read every. You'll fall behind, and the messages will just keep coming and coming and piling up, and you won't get it. You won't get anywhere. I can't explain and talk, to each person in the chat. There's too many. So don't take it personally. Look, I'm gonna read your thing. LOL. You guys, Rumble Rule says LOL. See? I'm not ignoring you. Aren't you guys glad I went back and read his message? Man, that was important. Just kidding, bro. Just giving you some shit. Guys like this trying to make me look bad. Jake is too famous for us little people. No, I just explained that when you have over 400 motherfuckers in chat, I can't read every one of them. That would take up the entire stream, and then I would get backed up. You want to know what that looks like if I start doing that? Time to Wake Up says, please talk about possible impeachment overthrow. I guess that could be possible, but I don't want to go into that scenario yet because I feel like the elites serve to gain more by having Trump in that position because he pacifies the patriotic right-wingers. So by pacifying the conservatives and keeping Trump in there, they can actually pass more legislation that benefits them in the long run, like real ID, for instance, and making or that he could let's say promote another jab or promote a booster, promote a round of boosters because the C word makes a comeback. See what I'm saying? So I feel like Trump is better suited to make those moves and get the right wingers to listen and follow along. Because if Kamala is in there and then she's like, I want you guys to go get a booster, Trumpers are going to be like, fuck you. I ain't taking no booster from Kamala. But if Trump's like, I'm going to need you to go get a booster for me. Do it for me. All right, I'll do it for Trump. See what I'm saying? So I feel like the bad guys accomplish more with Trump in office because they can pacify the conservatives and make them think that America's being fixed, so they can do evil shit while tricking conservatives into thinking America's getting better. So there you go. There's only two things I'm going to ask of you. One, vote for me. Two, get the jab. Do it. I did it. Come on. What's it going to hurt? I understand you have your freedoms, and I understand that. But you should do it. You should take it. You should stick a needle in your arm and face it. All right. 247 to 210, y'all. No, they won't let Elon be president. Isn't he like Danish? I don't know if he is even eligible to be president. But no, I don't think Elon will be president. They'll keep him as a Nikolai Tesla type fucking modern day Einstein type guy. They'll keep him as like Mr. Science businessman guru genius. Jake, I am really sorry, Jake, but my message was if you reverse 9er, 1er, 1er, it becomes 11-6. Please. Okay, I read it. Don't cry, bro. I read it. If you think you're the first one to like predict something might go down on the 6th, that's tomorrow. What if it's just a nothing burger and Trump just wins? Then what? There were people saying on 6/11 that there was going to be a big, deal, something big go down, and then there was nothing. So I don't like to make predictions on certain dates like that because a lot of times it's a nothing burger. On 6/11, a tidal wave's going to hit Seattle, and there's going to be an MP, there's going to be an electrical disturbance, and power's going to go out, and blah, blah, or whatever, and then nothing happens. Then you just look stupid. And then you have to go, oh, I mean 11/6, not 6/11. I meant 11/6. The other way. And then when that doesn't happen, you're like, I mean next year. Next year's 6/11. All right, I'm getting tired. I haven't eaten in 4 or 5 hours, so now I'm sitting here hungry and starting to mess with my attitude. So I need to go ahead and get off here and eat some food. And so we didn't get to decide a winner here, so I guess we'll wait and see what happens, and then tomorrow I'll have your top 10 most rigged plays ready for you. I should have that finished for you. And whoever wins, we'll find out tomorrow, I guess. So thank you guys for hanging out with me, and enjoy the rest of your night, biting your nails, watching this screen, seeing who's going to win. And whoever it is, you can rest assured I'll be there to expose them. And yeah, fun stream. Good times. I enjoyed this. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you haven't hit the thumbs up yet, before you go, before we say goodnight, please do me the favor and hit the thumbs up. And I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank everyone who donated. Special shout out to Colin for, the multiple generous donations. I really appreciate that. And everyone else whose message I didn't read, good news, I go back and watch the replay, and I read every message so that I can see who says what. And so I go back and watch all my stream replays, and I always read the live chat because I like to see who showed up, who said what. So rest assured, even though if I didn't read your chat out loud, I will read it. So I will see all of you guys in the next stream or the next video, whichever. So you guys have a great night. Peace out. Catch you later. Love ya. Bye-bye.